Hello, this is Bakemonada, and I'll be demonstrating a tutorial on how to play Eldar for the new Dawn of War 3. I was a StarCraft 2 player. I still am a StarCraft 2 player, but this game has given me considerable interest. It seems like a pretty good game so far. And I used to play Eldar in 40k tabletop, about 5th edition, so I'm going with Eldar again. They're pretty cool. But at the start, you basically get some elite choices and some sort of doctrine choices, which give your units special abilities. The elite points for each unit, the Farseer's 3, Rohan is 3, and the Wraith Knight is 9. So it takes a while before you can actually summon the Wraith Knight. I think most people are going with 339 because it's just faster getting them out. So the strategy I'm displaying here is basically just capturing points. Bone Singers have this W command which allows them to teleport, so you can just quickly teleport to all of these points. So my strategy is basically create 4 Bone Singers and teleport them to all these points and just capture them. Then after that I will begin to build some Dire Avengers, which are your basic troop units, and see how it transpires from there. I'm against a Space Marine player. I found the Space Marines are much stronger than the Eldar, but the Eldar are faster, which is pretty common in the lore. So he stopped me taking resource here and here. When you capture a point, you can upgrade it with the power and the requisition. The requisition's at the bottom left, which is like your money. So basic units, and the powers for more better units. Usually you don't need it so much in tier 1. You can upgrade in your main base to tier 2, and that's when you can start getting factory tech. The Dire Avengers have grenades, which are pretty good, which can be used with Q. You can also A-click to make them attack move, so they'll just begin attacking straight away, so you don't have to click on the units. But most of it is about getting points, as these points will give you money. As you can see with this fast strategy, I've actually already taken half of the map, and this one's contested. But the Space Marines do have a stronger army, so they can begin to overpower with their drop pods. But I'm just really... this bottom left panel is quite good, because if you misplace your units, you can double click here and it will put you straight onto them. In terms of creating control groups, you can hold control and press a number. I've basically just clicked all of my Dire Avengers and control clicked them as 1. Bone Singers, if you press, they're automatically in melee mode, so you can make them harass these Space Marines. But it's quite good to do that with like a Farseer units, because Space Marines have heavy bolter, and that's really good anti-infantry long range. I found the game can snowball quite quickly, so it's pretty important to get these points. The game kind of works like StarCraft 2 and League of Legends. To win the game, there will be these Nexus points basically, and you have to destroy them. And their base kind of has like 2 League of Legends turrets that are like super powerful here and here. And they also have these sort of defensive points on these 3 points that give you troops a big advantage. But as you can see, the Space Marines are beginning to overpower me, but the submarines are really strong and they just shred all these Dire Avengers. But I'm just trying to obtain land as quickly as possible so I can get higher tech units. I think this slowly generates. This is your elite points. The center squat also gives you a faster elite point generation. So once I get 3, I can pick one of these. The Farseer is very powerful, that she can throw a singing spear and basically do this mass AoE damage. Here's my basic barracks units for more specialized units so I can have better troops. I think once I get the Farseer, this is where I actually am able to turn the tide. Back at my base, I have the base hotkeyed as Control 6, kind of like StarCraft, so I can just, but you can click the tabs here, but I'm just used to that, so you can build units without looking. So once your elite points come active, you'll be able to pick here, so you just pick the Farseer. The Farseer can, it's quite good to put her in melee just so you can tangle up these specialized units, but the heroes have great health and armor. And also this W command just kills everything. Not too sure what this is, as I haven't played with the Space Marines yet. But the Farseer also has a E command that just freezes everything basically. It's quite handy if there's a large amount of units. The elite units feel incredibly powerful in this game, just like League of Legends, so they can easily turn the tide of war. But basically using the E, I'm allowing her to get the cooldown for her throw spear ability and mass AoE ability, which is W. I've also control keyed my barracks so I can begin building Dark Reapers, which are, I've tried the Banshee route, but I just prefer Dark Reapers because you can just strategically place them all about the place to do mass damage. They take quite a bit of time to deploy, so it's good to just leave them in strong strategic positions. The aspect portal, the barracks where you can buy the special units, can heal your buildings. They also allow you to reinforce your units, so just say you lose 1 or 2 or 3 people, you can go back to them and hit the R key to reinforce them. And I'm not sure, but the Farseer heals really slowly at the aspect portal, so I just return her to the base and that allows her to heal really quickly. But at this point I'm just spending all my resources to build Dark Reapers and capturing more of the land. it's kind of strange that vehicles and heroes and practically everything can capture units. In the original Dawn of War, it was only really troops, but wonder if they're going to tweak this, but I'm not sure. But I basically use the Farseer as my main melee unit, but here I kind of the Assault Marines jumped over the freeze ability, so it's I kind of misjudged it, and so I had to cancel the freeze ability. That's the mass AoE W attack, which just kills a whole Space Marine squad in one shot. When you throw the singing spear, you can press Q again to make the spear come back. This is really good for retreat. So you can like retreat away, and if they're chasing you, the spear basically goes back into all of the units. As you can see, Dark Reapers are pretty powerful. I've got another 3 elite points. As you can see, if I did the standard thing, the Wraith Lord is like 7 elite points, so you may as well save up for the Wraith Knight, so that's why I've went for 339 in terms of the elite points. So I've gone for the Farseer and the Ranger. I think the Ranger's like crazy good because you can just shoot them from halfway across the screen, and he has a Q ability that allows him to fire like a Ezreal shot. That's it there, and it just kills, well, it does like a lot of damage. He can fire this 3 times and he charges it up, but the hero units are so good in this game. Here I'm just placing my Dark Reapers in strong strategic positions, so you can't really hit them all with his Assault Marines. And holding on to the center point means I can summon my heroes a lot faster. Just keep massing and spending my money for Reapers and Bone Singers. Back at the base, I think I've started to upgrade my webway to tier 2. There's like a top right upgrade in your main base that allow you to build vehicle units. I think the other units are the ghost-like things, but they're anti-tank. But most of the games I played generally end at infantry tech, but I do manage to turn the tide with a lot of vehicles in this game. I might actually speed this up a bit just to get to more interesting parts. This is just really me holding onto my land and getting more money. Okay, I suppose we could watch this battle where the Space Marines finally unlock their hero. But as you can see, the center point's really important since I was able to get 2 heroes by the time he only got 1. But Eldar seemed like a very runny around race. When you're got your listening points, it displays what they're upgraded with in the minimap. So yellow is for requisition and like blue is for power, and you can get a later one, I think at tier 2, which would be both of them, but whenever they become active, that's how you get money, so you may as well keep upgrading them as soon as possible. The listening points are really powerful and they help you defend your money basically, so it's important to get them up and just keep healing them and running around them just to defend them. As you can see, I'm just returning my Farseer back to base to heal. You don't really want to lose them, but they're quite easy to keep alive, I think. Not really sure what this warp way thing does, but I think they can teleport, but I didn't really understand how to use it. I think the units can go back to base, but not actually the other way around or something like that. That's my vehicle weapon, so I'm just holding on to this point. I'll speed it up so you can see some of the tanks. Okay, that's a bit too fast. It's yep, there's my first Falcon. But as you can tell, factory tech units are pretty good. Losing a hero is really bad. I'm trying to kill his hero, but you can see the spear throw and then it returns to the hero, which also does damage. It's quite cool to line that up. But I kind of like the way there's a lot of RTS and mobile elements in this game. He looks kind of desperate using his ability to sort of jump away. Yeah, Boonsingers are weak, so if there's any sort of structures on the points, they can't really capture them too well. Looks like but the vehicles are really fast. They can dispense much damage and speed. But as you can see, Farseers and vehicles can capture. And just picking away at this with this ranger hero that like just shoots from half screen. Although he's kind of weak, his Q shot does decent damage, so I think he's pretty handy. Well, that's roughly my guide. Here you can see that the snowball is really beginning to take effect because I took the elite point and got more heroes up on the field, and I also got more money to buy vehicles and power and everything else like that. Uh, there's not much more to add, but it's basically me just slowly withering him with my superior army. I think he actually does come back slightly in the game when he starts upgrading his space marines with missile launchers. But almost if you tech up this fast and they don't have anything, oh, that's the QW combo. Basically, you throw the spear, and when you press W, wherever the spear is, it does a mass AoE damage. So I managed to just eliminate an entire squad of Space Marines with that. And yeah, he destroyed my aspect portals, so I needed to start building them back. I think I actually cancelled it in lieu of repairing my falcons as they were getting quite low. But yeah, Bone Singers can press Q. If you just right click onto the falcon, it goes into it. So you need to Q click your vehicles to repair them. And just having a quick look around all my resource points just to increase and upgrade them to give me more money, basically. You can also customize your own colors. I've went for this really alien looking purple, which looks really cool for Eldar. I would kind of like to see some more comeback mechanic because it seems quite hard to actually come back in this game. At this point, most people would have probably just left, but I'm actually banking 1800 resources because I lost my aspect portal to build infantry units. So I do begin to build 2 aspect portals to sort of use those resources, as RTS tend to be all about efficiency, and if you use all your resources, that's a good sign of good management. But I think this is where the Space Marines have their sort of final push, but with 2 heroes and like 4 tanks, I can begin to come back, and they build 2 aspect portals just to spend my money quicker. But Space Marine rocket launchers are pretty good. But even though the Falcons are still pretty strong on infantry, and then just using this W, it just instantly kills the Space Marines. The vehicles also have facing armor, so if you shoot a vehicle in the back, it actually does like a massive amount of damage. I had to figure out the hard way in one of my games. But yeah, there's the Q ability where you just fire 3 super shot bullets that are so good. Bone Singers can heal vehicles, as I mentioned, but it seems like they can only heal one at a time, so it's quite slow. Here's the QW. As you can see, just massive amounts of damage. The Force Commander looks pretty good too, but he actually kills both of my tanks here, as I guess he does have like a Thunder Hammer, so pretty good versus vehicles. Yeah, he's just wrecking the place. But as I wasn't adequately spending my resources, like I had 3k in the bank here, I finally realized, and then I just spam click mass Dark Reapers to spend all my money. And sending my heroes back just to heal, because they're almost like invincible almost if you play safely with them. But I eventually got the Wraith Knight up. As you can see, I'm on 8 elite points, so one more and I'll have it, and that's when he pretty much leaves the game. But the Wraith Knight is so cool. It's haven't played an RTS where you can control such a big unit versus other people. and it feels really fun to use. He's spent 9 elite points just summoning his hero 3 times, but he's not so good right now since it's coming, like, the elites are good, but still, with so many Dark Reapers, he can't really do too much. You can just control click one Reaper squad and then number them all as 2. But this is the pre-order bonus I think you get, but it seems activated for free in the beta. But it's like the Ghost Wraith Knight, but he's so epic, he just jumps on them and destroys. There's not really much way he could come back from this. But as you can see, quite a snowbally type of game, but there's a really basic guide on how to play Eldar. Hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe if you like this video.